Okay, so this video is to answer the question that you had about how to convert over from being vegan to from vegetarian to be a vegan, and what, you know, tips to help with that. Number one, don't feel bad that you slipped. That's going to happen from time to time, okay? You have been a meat eater, and so eating animal products, it's not going to happen overnight like this. It's not. And, you know, so don't let anybody make you feel bad that, oh, you couldn't do it. No, just the fact that you're trying means a lot. You do more than what most people do, okay? You have those people who are like, oh, I hate what happens to animals, but they're eating them. So you can't hate it that bad, okay? So number one, you're on the right path. So it doesn't matter how many times you fall off, just get right back on. Doesn't matter if you slip up, you know, 3 times this week. It's okay. You keep trying, because eventually you're not going to slip, okay? If this means a lot to you, you won't slip. So that's the number one thing. Number two, research. Do lots of research as far as what you can have and what you cannot have. The number one thing that a lot of vegans have difficulty in doing is that they don't know what to eat. So they're like, oh, I don't know what to eat. If you know what you can have and what you can't have, you can go to any restaurant. You can go eat anywhere, because you will know what you can and can't have. You will learn how to read the labels. You will know what's, you know, what to look for. So, and then you will also, with doing research, you will know the alternatives. I can't have dairy milk, but I can have almond milk or cashew milk or rice milk or coconut milk. There's so many different types of milk that you can have. Okay, I can't have chicken, but I can have soy products that are like chicken nuggets or chicken strips or shredded chicken or fajita chicken. There's so many different options, and there's so many different brands. So you want to find the things that you like. In the morning, if you like to have bacon and eggs and you want to continue having that, but without consuming dairy, then say, okay, well, I still want to have bacon and eggs. I will have an egg substitute. Either you get a tofu scramble, learn to make a tofu scramble, super easy, super tasteful, oh, tastes so good. Or you can get the vegan eggs, like what I buy the vegan eggs, the powder ones. And I do both, and it's really, but I only do them on special occasions because I just don't crave eggs like I used to. I used to eat eggs every day. And I like Morningstar bacon. Again, I hardly ever have it at all anymore, because as I've transitioned, it's just not something that I want. It's just every once in a while I'll have it. So look for the things that you like. If you want to have bacon, then what can I have? If you want to get up in the morning and make breakfast for your family and be able to sit down and have bacon and eggs with them, then find what you can have so you can eat with them, okay? If they're going to have meatloaf, if you're going to make meatloaf and you want to have meatloaf and potatoes for yourself, you can still do that, because Gardein sells an amazing meatloaf. It's all soy products. Another thing, don't let people tell you, oh, these are the people who tell you that. Soy products are so bad for you. The people who are eating animal products are the ones that are telling you this. So having a dead carcass in your body is better than me eating soy. Soy is only bad for you if you have intestinal problems and you cannot digest it. For the majority, soy is fine for most people. Gluten is fine for most people. People who don't eat gluten are the ones who are allergic to certain things that are in, like wheat and things like that, are in gluten, or gluten that's inside these products, I'm trying to say. So if you have no problem with gluten, you don't got to worry about that. If you have no problem with soy, you don't got to worry about that either. Then you're going to hear people tell you, oh, you're going to just be so gassy. The reason why they say that is because, yes, you're eating a lot of plant-based food. So what? So what? You have some gas. Not everything that you eat is going to bloat you up to have gas. Again, do I want to have a stomach full of gas, or do I want to have a stomach full of dead carcass? What do I want? I'll take gas for 500, you know, so, and it just passes, just like everything else, you know. So don't let the people who only know, you know, about veganism or being vegetarian from, you know, other people. They've never tried it. How can you give me an honest opinion if you've never done it? Okay. Another tip, don't tell people that you're doing this. Don't tell people that you work with or are close friends, or only tell people that you need to until you do this transition, because they're going to be that freaking food police, and you don't need that. You don't need anybody making you feel bad while you're trying to do this. So you don't want to, you know, tell the people that you know are going to support you, okay? Like this page is super supportive, and everybody's always posting such great recipes and great tips. So this is a very good place to do that. But if you're telling your friends at work and they're just like eating hamburgers and they're making fun of you, you don't need that while you're trying to transition, because they don't understand. And so, I mean, the next question you're going to get is, oh my God, where do you get your protein from? You reply with the same place your protein gets theirs from. Okay? So where do I get my protein? The same place that cow you just ate got their protein from. We get it from plants. Okay? And so it's kind of like, they're like, oh, you have to learn to be able to shut someone down, because someone is so ready to make you believe what you're doing is wrong, and what you're doing is 100% selfless. What you're doing is selfless, because you are doing so much for our environment by not eating animals. You're doing so much for our environment, our planet, the human race, for saving animals. I mean, what a selfless act that you're doing for all these people who are shitting on you. Yeah, bitch, I'm eating a plant so that way you can live a longer life here on this planet. You know, so it's just because you get people left and right, they're always going to say something to you, you know, and it's like, let's see if you can do it. Let's see if you can do it, you know. And you have to be doing this because it can't be a diet. It has to be a lifestyle. I didn't become vegetarian. I started with being vegetarian. I didn't start being a vegetarian because for my health. Yes, it's great that you will lose weight eventually, but I did it because I started to see what we were doing as humans to our planet, you know, to our environment, to our own human race, to animals. Like, do I really need cheese and a hamburger and bacon so bad that I'll be willing to murder these animals for it? No. When I started looking at animals as an equal versus food, my willpower was so strong. And so I watched a lot of documentaries of slaughterhouses and dairy farms. Being vegan and being a vegetarian is great. But if you're still consuming dairy, you're still part of the problem, because the dairy industry is the worst. It's far more worse on our environment than a slaughterhouse. But that will take time, because being a vegan is very difficult. I don't care who you are. Nobody can sit there and say, oh, being vegan was so simple for me. No, it's not. It's very, very difficult, because you are, unless you were born and raised to eat plants and fruits and grains and nuts all your life, no problem, because you don't know what anything else tastes like. But when you were raised to eat meat and drink milk and eat cheese and just to eat animals in general, it's very difficult to learn a different way, okay? Not saying that you can't, but it is difficult. So when you do it for the ethical reasons, for me personally, that is where I found my willpower. That is where I found my compassion and love for the animals, when I saw them as my equal, not as my food, okay? And so it's easy for these people to make videos or say, oh, it's easy for me to be vegan. I don't have no problem whatsoever, blah, blah, blah. I get up in the morning and I go get fresh orange juice, and I go pick up my greens every single day, and I eat a box of bananas for the whole month. And that's okay, because they're only taking care of themselves. When you only have yourself or a significant other, or if your whole family eats vegan, then it's not without difficult. But when you live, you have a husband and you have children, unless they're all doing this with you, then it may be easier. But when you still have to buy animal products for this side of the family, and vegan or vegetarian food for yourself, and then you're the one who has to cook it, and you are struggling with it, yes, it's hard. So don't let anybody tell you, oh, it was no problem for me. Well, that's great. But for people like me and for you, my husband eats any form of dead animal that I'll put in front of him. And I cook chicken for my dogs. Jake goes back and forth from being, eating chicken from not eating chicken, back and forth. Then, I have two daughters that are vegetarian, one that is vegan, one that eats meat, and then Jade, like I said, polotarian, vegetarian, back and forth. So, it's like a little diner up in here sometimes. But I've learned to cook things. Like, for example, when I made that taco soup this weekend, I made it vegetarian. Okay? Then I put all the stuff on the side. The sour cream, the cheese, shredded chicken, everything in Tupperware next to it. So everybody can build their own. You'll have to learn to be creative that way. Now, for example, you want to find alternatives to things, right? So if you like to eat bacon and eggs every morning, or say on Sunday you make a big breakfast for your family and it consists of bacon and eggs and pancakes, and you want to eat that, but you don't want to consume animal products. Okay, so you need to find recipes or byproducts that's going to help you with that. So when I first transitioned from vegetarian to veganism, I bought a lot of byproducts. I still buy byproducts because they're a great treat for me, but I don't eat them hardly anymore. I don't crave bacon and eggs anymore like I used to. I used to eat bacon and eggs every morning, but I don't do it. Every once in a while I'll have some bacon and eggs because it's a treat. I just don't, my body doesn't crave it anymore. And so, but right now while you're transitioning, you can buy the soy bacon. They have, Morningstar has amazing sausage patties and bacon. My husband says it looks like Play-Doh. It doesn't taste like Play-Doh. I don't know what clay tastes like, but it tastes good. And then I buy egg substitutes, like the vegan powdered eggs. Now, those are really hard to come by, but you can buy tofu, some firm tofu, and crumble it up, and you put some turmeric in there, and then you can saute, mushrooms, bell peppers, some spinach or kale, mix all. It's so good. I will post recipes. You can make enough of that to last you for like 3 days because it heats up really well. A tofu scramble heats up really, really well. So if you're going to do that, I would make enough to last for like a few days. So that way, if you want to have a breakfast Saturday and Sunday, your eggs are already made. So all you have to do is just make the bacon and the sausage is already cooked. It's just a matter of warming it up and getting it crisp. And then there are so many recipes for pancakes that don't have any milk or eggs in them. And so if you really want this lifestyle, you really can achieve it. And it's going to be a transition, so you're going to have to find byproducts that are going to help you with this. Not everybody needs it, but some people do. I don't know if you need it or not, but one night I was making meatloaf for my husband and mashed potatoes and macaroni and cheese. Well, Jade and I wanted that. We weren't, we don't eat that. So I made his, and then I made ours. Gardein has a meatloaf. So delicious. Oh my God, it's so good. They have a meatloaf and it comes with a gravy, vegan gravy in it already. And then I made the potatoes that I made for all of us were with vegan butter, and they had no milk in it. And so you're able to make some things that they don't even notice. And then, you know, of course, like the meat, they definitely would notice, but we were able to sit down and have a meal together. But yeah, it takes a little time to make, you know, the food for him, food for y'all. You know, it does take time, but you will get adjusted to it. And after a while, it does become a lot easier. Your body just has to get used to this lifestyle change. And that's what it is. It's not a diet. It is a lifestyle change. Don't let anybody tell you that soy is bad for you. Soy is bad for you if you have intestinal problems, if you can't digest things well and you have problems with your intestines. Yeah, that you can't have soy. Or some people are allergic to soy. I personally don't have any problems with soy. People, oh my God, soy is bad for you. Did you know that? I'm like, really? Oh my God, that dead carcass in your body is bad for you too. I will take my chances with the plant. You know, and so soy can be bad for you. Yeah, if you eat it every single day, you know, you don't eat it like that. You really don't. You know, and some people say, oh, gluten's bad for you. Some people don't even know what the hell gluten is. So look up stuff. I suggest you research everything. And I will post so much stuff on the Bunny page for you. But research everything. You cannot go into veganism and not know what you're doing. It will be very difficult. Right now, you're vegetarian. And so with that, this is a trial to see what, you know, your tolerance, see if your willpower. I guarantee you, watch some documentaries. If you watch some documentaries, that will help you so much. Trust me. When you go and they're like, do you want this cheeseburger with this triple bacon on here? No, thank you. I don't want to eat that. Because you can see, when I look at, I used to love brisket. Oh, I used to love barbecue brisket. But when I look at brisket now, I see exactly from what part of the animal it came from. When I look at bacon, I know exactly where it came from. When I look at eggs, I think, ugh, I don't want a chicken, period. Why would I want to eat that? Or when there's just, you know, it's not worth it to me to eat these things when they're just like us. All these animals have muscles and tendons and arteries and veins and a heart. They have a heart. They feel, you know, they feel pain. They feel love, compassion. If you have a pet, imagine eating your pet. And some people are like, well, I'm not eating my dog. Well, in some countries, they do. I'm not eating a horse. Well, you know what? Some of that food from Taco Bell that says buy meat products has some horse in there. This way you know what's going into your body. You know what you're eating. You know where it's coming from. Now, being vegan, I have to take my own food with me because it's not guaranteed that if I go to somebody's house, they're going to have what I want. And being vegan, yeah, you do have to eat like every, you know, so many hours depending on what you eat. But for me, I'm primarily a raw vegan, pretty much a raw vegan. I do eat some cooked food, but not all the time. And so I make sure I have stuff in my purse. I have an ice chest that I carry with me. It's a little one, and I take with me if I'm going to be gone all day. This way, I don't tempt and stop and have, oh, I'll just have these French fries because they're vegan. They're potato. Yeah, but they're bad for me. I don't need to eat those. You know, or I'll just stop and have this. You don't even know what's in it. You know, it's better that you just eat before you go. You make sure to drink a lot of water. Make sure you take your vitamins. Smoothies are fantastic. And a lot of that just comes with watching YouTube videos, researching, reading, you know, pages like this, and asking other vegans, other vegetarians, you know, and those people who tell you, oh, it was no problem. I had no problem. It was no problem. I'm glad that you had no problem. But I'm struggling. Can you help me with what I don't want to hear how great it was for you. I'm asking you, I am struggling. This bitch is struggling. What can I do to help this? Do you have any information? Don't tell me your success. I want to know how you got to there, okay? I totally get it, girl. I get it. I'm right there. I'm all for people who are vegan. Vegetarian is a step, okay? And I'm all for that. I'm all for that. For every person that doesn't eat meat, just one person alone, saves 100 animals a year. Just one person. And all you're doing is you're not eating any animal products. You're saving 100 animals. We are not in the time where we don't have food. Like, there is so much food. We have oodles and oodles and oodles of food. There are so many great vegan products out there. You can find everything nowadays that is vegan. And you know, it's like, I used to love marshmallows until I found out what was in marshmallows. I can't eat them. They're not vegan. And now I have vegan marshmallows, but I found out, you know what? I really don't need to eat them anymore because I don't crave them. I used to buy marshmallows all the time, and I don't eat them. I have a vegan pizza that I found, but I really don't crave it anymore. If I want it every once in a while, I may get Amy's and Daiya. They make great vegan pizzas. Daiya and Chow are my favorite vegan cheeses. I will buy them, but I don't really eat them because I used to love cheese. I would eat cheese on everything. Cheese and pickles were my favorite snack. And you could come here, and the things that I always had in my refrigerator were bacon and eggs, a tub of butter, milk, and a block of cheese. I always had that. I always had things to make, you know, eggs, bacon, you know, toast, tortillas. You know, I always had a tub of butter. Sometimes I had like 4 tubs of butter in there because I never wanted to run out. You know, and I always had blocks and blocks of cheese. And now I cannot even tell you the last time I had cheese, or, you know, it's so much different. It really is a way of life. And what's going to help you there is those steps I'm telling you. You're gonna get those friends that are gonna say, "Oh my God, where are you getting your protein from?" You tell them, "I get my protein from the same place your protein got it from." They'll be like, "What?" Okay, my protein came from the same place that cow that you're eating, which is your source of protein, got theirs. The cow and me, we both get our protein from plants. So I choose to eat a plant to get my protein. You choose to eat a cow that ate the plant to get the protein. So don't let anybody tell you, "Well, what about your protein? Or what about this?" There are protein powders that you can put. I made, I'm going to put the recipe on here, but I made this big old smoothie that I already killed. That one had, it had I had a frozen banana, a regular banana. It had peanut butter in there. It had the chocolate almond milk, and it had a scoop of the chocolate vegan protein powder. I'm getting my protein. This was 600 calories, but I'm good. I'm full. And, you know, I drank all that up and I'm good. So it's like, you still have to be watchful of what you eat, because there still is a lot of junk vegan food. There's still a lot of junk vegetarian food. Processed food is not a way to go. Like all the processed food that I was telling you about, the byproducts, the Gardein, fake chicken, and the fake pork bites, and the fake pizzas, all those are processed foods. They're not good for you to eat on a daily basis. But as you're transitioning, they're very important to have, okay? So don't let somebody tell you, "Oh, those are all processed food, don't eat those." Right now, this is what I need to have in order to transition so I'm not slipping again. So once you're learning to transition, then they become treats. Like for me, I used to count on them for a while, but then I learned that how to eat and how to fill my body. And now I have them in my freezer, but I have them on a rare occasion because I just don't, my body doesn't crave them. You know, like earlier I was hungry and I took my kids to go have a Chick-fil-A. I didn't get anything. I got home and I made me a smoothie because that's what my body was craving. Yeah, the smell of French fries and their food in the car, yeah, it smells amazing. But my body is craving this because I know this is what's better for me. And whenever I think I'm going to slip, whenever I'm like, I'm going to eat this hamburger, or I'm going to eat this, because I used to have those slip-ups. I would think about where that burger came from. I would see the movie playing in my head. And a lot of people can't watch those. Oh, I can't watch those movies because you don't want to see the truth. You know, you get those, I don't want to see that. Because they don't want to see the truth. It is. There's no difference between this cow and your dog. There's no difference between this cow and your baby. We're all living things. We're living animals. We're all living creatures. We all breathe. We all love. We all feel. We all have pain and anger. We eat. We swallow. We sleep. We cry. So just because we don't speak the animal language, we made them our food. And I was watching this cooking channel today, and she was talking about this animal. She was trying to convince them that this was like the best steak ever. She goes, this animal was raised just to be your steak. Isn't that some bullshit? Like, what if people thought that of your children? You know, like when you go to these zoos and stuff and you see how somebody falls in the pit and the lion goes and kills them, they automatically kill that lion. Or if there's a shark attack and it kills a person, they go hunt and kill the shark. Why is it okay for us to do that to them, but it's not okay for them to do that to us? Why do you think animals are afraid of us? Because animals know that we eat them. That's terrible. What a terrible way for an animal to live, to know that they're going to be our food. You know, and it's just like ridiculous. We have so much food in this world now that we can't give up animals. Like there's no way that someone say, oh, I can't give up meat. I can't. Yeah, you can if you really wanted to. But it really has to be a lifestyle. You can't do it to lose weight, okay? You can't do it because it health-wise it's going to be the best thing for you. It has to be a little more deeper than that in order to succeed in this, okay? Now there are a lot of people who can't eat certain things and they do very well, okay? I'm not saying that. I'm just saying if you're healthy and you can eat whatever you want and you're choosing to be a vegan, then it has to be a little bit deeper than that. It has to be the ethical reason, it has to be your drive. For me, what keeps me from having temptations is the reason behind what I stand for. And for me, it's the ethical reason. I don't want to see, I know that animals are getting slaughtered every single day. I know that baby cows are being torn away from their poor raped mother so she can go produce milk, and they take this little cow, and they make the most tender veal out there because it's a baby. I keep that in my mind. I'm doing it for them, you know, because they can't speak, but I can. They don't have a choice, but I do. So that's what pushes me. That's my drive. That's what I stand for. And I just wish that I would have done this a long, long time ago. And so I don't judge anybody for eating meat. My husband eats meat. I cook it for him. So I do have some friends that are like, oh, well, what kind of vegan are you? Because you're cooking meat for your dogs and for your husband. I'm like, I can't control what everybody else does, but I can control what I do. Just because I'm vegan doesn't mean I'm going to make my whole family vegan. It has to be something that they want to do. I can't make anybody do anything that they don't want to. You know, I just hope that I would set a good example and express why I choose to eat this way and showcase what I made. I'm not a nutritionist. I'm not a chef. I just put shit together and say, look, this shit worked. It's good. Try it. You know, I don't go and I just buy all the organic stuff. No. If you want to buy all organic, then that's fine. If you're buying just for yourself, you can go buy shit that's gold plated. But when you have a family, organic doesn't always fit into the budget. So I buy from my local farmers markets. I buy from H-E-B, you know, our local grocery store. I buy from Sam's because I wash everything that I buy. And they're like, oh, well, this stuff is grown with pesticides. It's grown with this. It's grown with that. You know what? I'll take my chances with that versus eating, you know, animals, okay? I'm not going to let anybody make me feel bad because I'm not eating organic tomatoes. I'm not going to let anybody make me feel bad. I'm not going to buy organic tomatoes. I'm going to take that money that I spent, all this money on organic tomatoes, and I'm going to buy tomatoes and avocados and maybe some bananas. That's how I look at it. Everybody's their own. Everybody's each their own. You know, I'm not that type of strict vegan where I only use organic, or I won't eat from this company because they also make things that they use the same machines to make milk. So there might be a drop of milk in there. I'm not that strict of a vegan. If somebody offers me a piece of milk chocolate candy bar, I'm not going to eat it because I know that there's milk in there. But I'm not, if this same company that makes milk chocolate in the morning and then in the afternoon they make dark chocolate, I'm still going to eat that dark chocolate because, you know, the chances of there being milk in there are very slim. There are some very strict vegans that don't do that. I don't buy animal products, you know, leather and all that anymore. You know, I'm not that strict yet. I'm eventually, you know, learning more and taking little steps here and there. But, you know, I'm not strict on myself as far as organic stuff. I'm buying organic stuff. Go buy organic this. I have no problem buying stuff from my favorite grocery stores and from my farmer's market. I think homegrown stuff tastes amazing. It's just coming straight from the earth. You know, it doesn't have to be beautifully packaged or wrapped in a ribbon or, you know, say organic. How do I know that they're taking the same lettuce? They're like, okay, we have this lettuce here. We're going to take this lettuce and this lettuce. We're going to say they come from the same head. This one's going in the organic pile and this one's going in the regular pile. And this one you're going to pay, you know, twice as much. I don't know that. I don't know. I have no clue. People can say, oh no, I know it's organic. I don't know that. I'm not there with them when they're harvesting it, and I don't know that. All I know is that I buy what I can buy and buy what works for me. And I know at the end of the night when I'm going to sleep, I feel good about what I'm eating because I know I'm not participating in killing any animals. So don't let anybody, the advice I'm going to give you is start with being vegetarian, and it's okay. You're going to slip up, just keep trying. Just keep getting up, dust it off, say, okay, I'm going to try again tomorrow. You slip tomorrow, it's okay, I'm going to try again tomorrow. You just keep doing it until you do it. That's how we learn how to do anything, right? Be persistent, be dedicated. Watch documentaries, because I'm telling you, if you watch documentaries, you are not going to want that burger or fried chicken or whatever. Trust me. When you start looking at animals as your equal and not food, it's going to be a different way of life for you. You know, the law of the land was you're going to kill to eat or to keep from being eaten. Okay? So that was the only time that it was okay to kill an animal. And, you know, and it was just to feed yourself. If you needed to kill this animal because that's all you had, then it was okay. The law of the jungle, the rule of the jungle. Or if that tiger was going to eat you, then it's okay to kill that thing. But whatever you do kill, you better make sure you eat all of it. You use every part of it. Don't waste a life. And that happens so much here. You know, so it's just watch documentaries and learn you're going to eat to live, not live to eat. So you're just gonna, I just drank this, I'm eating this smoothie to live. I'm not running down to this orange juice special smoothie place where they put all these special high, you know, organic shit and splash of this, you know, that's living to eat. I'm not going to do that when I can make my own here. So that takes a lot of research. So also dedicate yourself into the research of it. Learn what you can have and what you can't have. And that's a big thing right there. When going vegan is different from vegetarian. When you're going vegan, that means you don't eat anything with any face on it. If it has a face, you don't eat it. Okay? Nothing. No animals with faces. Okay? So, dairy products, meat products, ice cream, yogurt, You know, there's certain you can't have like onion rings because they're battered with milk. You can't have certain pancakes because they got eggs in them. You can't have this because that has this in it. You can't have that because that has milk in it, that has eggs in it. Oh, that has beef product in it. You can't have French onion soup because not only does it have cheese, but it's used with beef broth. Oh, I can't have a gummy bear because it's made with gelatin, and gelatin is made with animal products. Oh, I can't have that. Certain cereals have animal products in them. So before you go vegan, research what you can have and what you can't have. Once you get that, whether you got to write it down, keep it on your phone, or whatever, once you get that, once you know, then you can go anywhere and eat. You can go to any restaurant. They're like, oh, we can't go here because there's nothing here you can eat. Oh, yeah, I'm sure I can find something I can eat. So just know what you can and can't have, and then you can make smart choices no matter where you go. Make sure you put snacks inside your purse. Take ice chests with your own food. Pack your stuff. Don't let anybody make fun of you. Don't let anybody down you, because what you're doing is saving tons and tons of lives. You're saving tons of animal lives. And you're saving all those pathetic humans that are making fun of you, because by being vegan, you're saving the planet, your environment, you're saving animals. It's so great. So for the people who say, oh, well, I still have milk and eggs and cheese. That's the worst. The dairy products, the dairy industry is far worse. But at least they're not eating animals. So, you know. Anyway, so if you have any questions, just let me know. I will be glad to help you in any way I can. I'm just giving you my opinion. I'm going to tell you that it was not easy for me, because I have a family that I cook for and I shop for, and they don't give a shit if we're going to go. Let's all go to Pizza Hut. What can I have there? I can suck on ice. Like, oh, they have a salad. You don't want to eat salad all the time when they're sitting there scarfing cheese pizza. Talk to your family. Let them know, look, this is very important to me. I need for y'all to support me. So you really have to find the support system. And don't let anybody, tell you it's too hard, or let somebody tell you it's too easy. When people say, oh, I had no problem with it, it makes you feel worse, because you are having problems. But you're human. That's it. You're going to have a lot of slip-ups, but as long as you keep trying and keep trying until you get it. And remember, you are in a family, so the people that you see on YouTube were like, oh, I ran 5 miles this morning and I drank a green juice. I feel great. They don't have a job to go to, kids to get ready for school, a husband to cook for, come home and make dinner for your family who all eats meat. When are you going to have time to go to the store and get a green juice or go get a box of bananas? You have to learn how to make vegetarian or veganism part of your everyday life. Otherwise, it won't work. So don't let the people who only shop for themselves and only cook for themselves discourage you, because they're only taking care of themselves. I'm not saying that it's not difficult for them, but it is a lot easier when you're just feeding yourself. Think about when you're at work and you only have to go eat for yourself, and you don't have to think about what your husband or your kids want to eat. It's just you. You can go have anything you want. But when you have a family and other people you have to cook for, it sucks. It's harder. So, again, just let me know, Savannah, if you need any help, because I could talk on and on and on about this. So, as always, love you, girl, and just let me know if you need any help. All right, bye.